and I got a special guest here, Mr. Tom Barnes. Never been on the podcast
Yeah,
before. Introduce yourself.
yeah. Well, thank you for having me on the JumpX podcast, man. Like, this is really an honor, and I've been
Yeah,
wanting to come for a while now. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's good that I've been given this opportunity, and I'm really, really grateful.
yeah. No worries, man. So, give everyone a bit of a background on what you do.
So, I'm actually a 400-meter freestyle swimmer, and I'm currently training for the 2032 Olympics, man.
Yeah, nice, bro. Nice. While just on the side, training to jump 50 inches, right? And deadlift
Yeah, yeah, that's
kilos.
like a hobby. It's like a little bit of a side hustle I've got going on, but
Yeah, bro. Imagine if you did that full time. You would probably deadlift 500 and jump 60 inches.
yeah, but I don't want to try too hard. So, because like trying's not cool.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah.
is worse.
You're gonna be casual with it, right?
I'll be casual with it. So if I fail, it's like it's good. I was casual about it,
Yeah.
bro.
No,
Actually, like real quick, I actually hate that. Hey, like there was a guy at the gym. He told me that he wanted to like low key get bounce.
oh yeah.
And I don't know. I find that a pet peeve personally.
No, yeah, no, I've had to turn down guys wanting to sign up JumpX because I just wanted to do jump training part time. And I'm like, literally, like, it doesn't work like that, bro. You're not gonna see, many gains treating it like that, you know? So,
Otherwise, everyone would have bounce, bro. That's the case. If it was that easy.
yeah. All right, so today we're gonna talk about the impacts of strength training and how it's essentially bullshit with people saying it makes you slow, right? Now,
Right.
all right, there's a caveat to that. Like it can make you slow if you ex or slower if you execute it and apply it
Wrong.
incorrectly
Yeah.
to your training. However, as long as you're applying it correctly and utilizing it in the right way, the only thing it'll do is absolutely enhance the shit out of your athletic performance in terms of your speed, in terms of your change of direction
Yeah.
capability, in terms of your bounce, your jump height, in terms of you being able to post a guy up and dunk on his head. I was gonna use
Training.
more vulgar
Yeah.
terminology there, but we'll be we'll be safe. There's this 10-year-olds listening to this, but anyways, um, so yeah, Tom, what have your experiences over the past, I'm gonna say 5 to 6 years of training in terms of training yourself, but also training hundreds of athletes as a coach
Mm.
to improve all these qualities and get more
Well,
athletic? What's been your experience with strength training?
I'd say real quick, you said that before you said that strength training, if applied wrong, can make you slower. That is correct. But at the same time, sprinting, when you think about it, can actually make you slower as well. Because if you got Usain Bolt to only sprint and spend zero time in the weight room, would he have run 9.58? No, he would be slower than that. So it's really a case of, using it in the right dosages, which we do with our athletes. And by doing that, we've seen people get stronger, get more powerful, bang, run quicker.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
the perfect analogy for what you're saying is like say you're cooking like pasta, right?
yeah.
And you add, a good amount of garlic, the right amount of garlic, it's gonna make it taste better. But if you chuck like a whole like handful kilo of garlic in there, it's gonna taste terrible, isn't
Mm. You like your cooking analogies.
it? So you need to sprinkle the right amounts of
Yeah.
things. But anyways, go back to what you're saying.
Oh, no, just, I don't think we've had one athlete that hasn't, like, say, even we're just talking about strictly vertical jump training. I would say 99%, maybe even 100% of our guys would be faster on the court, in the field, whatever you're doing. if they went and tested it compared to when they started training with us, just because their overall force output is higher. They're outputting more force, they're going to be quicker. So often what we'll hear is someone who like, say we have a JumpX athlete, they just play like, recreational basketball, whatever. They'll report to us, I'm jumping high, hit a dunk in like warm-ups, whatever. But then they also will say like, I'm getting more rebounds because they're jumping high. But they'll also say like, their defense is better because they can slide side to side better. They can change direction better. They can run up the court quicker. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Um, yeah. So in that sort of context, for a basketball player, yeah, 100%. It's only gonna make them like better. Because most basketball players are weak.
But
Like,
yeah, like there's a difference between like, I don't know, like a lot of people think they're strong, but like if you want to be elite, that you're not strong enough. Like squatting one times body weight is good. It's a very good start. If you've worked up from like half your body weight squat, like that was your max, and you got it to one times body weight in half a year, whatever it took, that's a really good start. So, don't discount that. But I would argue that's definitely not strong enough if your goals are to be a freak. And if you're not like, genetically gifted, jumping 50 inches out of the womb.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, even like the guys that are like quote unquote genetically gifted, right? Like, you get them like performing a squat for a little bit. They're actually like pretty strong, like almost shred.
Mm-hmm.
They're not
They have,
like,
right?
yeah.
Unless we're talking about like a 200-meter sprinter, or but even then they would be strong, wouldn't they? If they're like an
Well,
elite. Yeah.
you think Brody Steffen's right?
Mm.
Like, we're talking to him about this the other day, I think. I don't remember when, but like one of the first times he squatted, he was squatting like 3 plates plus, right? I'm pretty sure he said that.
I don't know if it was strong. It was stronger than both of you and I when we
It
started
was
for sure.
well north. It was well north of 100.
Mm.
One
Yep.
of the first times he squatted.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and yeah, it is kind of crazy, and that's like it tends to like not every guy, but a lot of the guys that jump high, like that are genetically gifted, like like that happens quite often. That happens quite often. Like when you get them under a bar and teach them technique and stuff like that, you actually find they're actually quite strong. Even getting them on like a force plate and things like that, because they
I
have
was
to
actually
be
about
they
to
have
say
to
that.
be they have to be producing like a certain amount of force to be jumping that high, you know?
Literally physics.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you have two guys, we have two twins, but one like they're not identical, like so they're different. Um, and then yeah, they haven't trained for vertical jump either, but one's just genetically jumps higher than the other. You put them on a force plate, and you just look at their overall force output. The one that jumps higher will have a stronger or higher output than the other one
Yeah.
naturally. That's yeah, but yeah, what are we
Um,
gonna?
yeah, and a big part of that is just because through the developmental years or teenage years, like someone like Brody just jumped a lot, and people don't realize that's actually a form of strength training. Like, he's like he got stronger through doing that, through just jumping because of the forces you're exposed to continuously. And obviously,
And
like
guess
part
what?
of that, huh?
Guess what? The higher you jump, the more of a stimulus it becomes. So like it self intensifies.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. But a lot of guys that aren't in that sort of situation and don't have like genetics or that's the same sort of genetics and stuff like that. You have to kind of build that through strength training.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to get stronger.
Yeah, bro. Like even on some of the stuff I see on TikTok in terms of speed training, I'm like, what? Like they're almost doing too much. if you look at the best sprinters in the world, if you look currently, Noah Lyles, right? He squats, he deadlifts, he power cleans, and then if you look at anyone like in previous history, like Asaka Powell, look at his training. I think he power cleaned well over 2 times body weight. I think I saw a video of that. Usain Bolt was doing hand cleans. He was doing fucking leg extensions, bro, for reps, like bodybuilding leg extensions.
Yeah.
Very simple stuff. Like they're not doing all this,
You
all
know,
these fancy drills and yeah.
that's actually very interesting you bring that up because I just had a thought like Noah Lyles and both Usain Bolt,
Mm.
they both had issues with their start, like the acceleration, like the drive phase.
Yeah, people always say that about Usain. His start wasn't horrible though,
Nah,
but it could have been better for sure.
it was this weaker part. And
Yeah,
it makes me think like both of them are doing well, I don't know the answer. Yeah, because like I'm not their coach or I don't know what don't know what their coach is thinking, but
thing is, like we only get like such a small glimpse into their training, so it's really hard
yeah.
to know what they're doing. Like,
Is their coach like biasing like strength training because like they know that, you
that's
know,
their weak
yeah.
for sure.
But I
Well,
don't
I don't
know,
even think
but
Usain was weakness, bro. I think it's just because he was a tall motherfucker.
yeah,
Doesn't help.
potentially, potentially. Um, but that part of sprinting actually has a huge carryover into jumping, especially
Hmm.
for jumping.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know how you were just mentioning about working on your weakness. So if it's your start, if it's your top end speed or whatever, I'm pretty sure I heard. I think his name's Subin Tang, the guy who holds the 60-meter fastest time ever. He said, "This is his Chinese. He obviously like he was like 5'5", 5'6". He was short, and his style was good. But he actually ended up making that even stronger for himself. Like that became his focus point because he's like, I'm short. I'm not gonna be the best person at top speed. So I'm gonna get my first 30 meters so good that it won't even matter how like quick you are because I'll be so far ahead.
What
And
did
then
he
like
did you look into what he did?
there's a whole like documentary on YouTube on his training. They actually like show you quite a bit. But yeah, it's like again, it's nothing like super fancy. Like, or it's like it's complicated, but it's not like none of these like weird machines that I'm seeing on TikTok.
See, that's the thing, like that's where people like kind of mess up. Like the application, the actual exercises of
Mm,
the the principles, like that's simple, but how everything is put together, applied, like the whole uh like back end of things, that's the complex part,
yeah,
you know?
and you got to keep the weight room general-ish, more general than what you're doing on the field. When you're sprinting, go do the specific stuff. That's where you're gonna realize your gains, but don't try and always mimic that in the gym, is what I'm saying, because you're getting enough of that on your 10-hour field sessions that they probably do. Keep the gym as strength or power.
Like for you, Tom, right? You see a strong transfer between you getting stronger and you jumping higher, correct?
Correct.
Like if your squat goes up 10 kilos, you're jumping higher, right?
I think if my squat goes up 10 kilos, I think I'm jumping a good inch higher, minimum. Honestly,
So you're jumping
honestly,
49 inches.
yeah. Like I'm like assuming I don't get like fat as fuck, same weight, then yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, if you put 10 kilos on your squat in the next, okay, let's say you have a month, you have to put 10 kilos in your squat starting from tomorrow. I guarantee after that month, bro, your vert might not even be in the 30s.
No, 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 wait. Maybe. No, it just depends. It depends how I did it, and it depends. Well, obviously, I would have the other pieces in all the other pieces in place.
Let's say you had to stop jumping because your knees flared up from all the squat training.
Yeah.
Your vert,
Oh, yeah. I probably wouldn't jump higher.
mm, You're a little bit of a
So
unique
you're
case.
saying if you stop jumping for a month and you got your squat up 10 kilos, you would jump higher.
Yeah, no, I think I'd start to keep jumping. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just feel like strength training, while it does translate to you, just not as much. Like that's not your weakness has never really been getting stronger, or like your low point. Yours is more about your speed and elasticity, right? That's your easy gains for you at the moment.
Yeah. But that's like a lot of basketball players, that's not necessarily like their weakness. Their weakness is just they're just weak and don't produce enough force.
Yeah, literally.
So they just get bullied and can't jump.
That's literally full circle for this podcast. Like, it's not going to make you slower. It's going to make you better.
Yeah.
It's going to let you use your strengths, all those elastic contacts you built up playing 10 hours of pickup a day, or you can finally realize your gains.
Well, yeah, it's gonna make them better as long as they're practicing the skills.
Which, yeah, I assume they will still continue playing
So
basketball,
that
jumping, all that.
yeah, and actually going out and jumping and trying to dunk and trying to jump high,
I,
actually practicing that.
Bro, that's a whole nother thing, isn't it? Like people saying, I want to jump higher. I want to windmill. Okay, how many times have you gone and practiced windmilling this week? None. And you're like, well, what do you mean you want to get better at it? You're not even
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. It's like, what do you do when you want to improve your jump shot? You go out and shoot, and you do it with intensity and a game speed, right? You want to
Yeah.
improve your jumping. The same principles apply. You got to do the same thing. So, and that's like, yeah, that's what most basketball players just they're not even doing that. Like for me, I played basketball since I was 6, and I barely like actually truly max jump.
Hmm.
I
Exactly.
not like just not enough, you know. But that's just like lack of knowledge on my end as well, knowing that I had to do that. Well, that was so important to do that. But that was also like I didn't know you could even improve your vertical. Like I just didn't know anything about it,
Yeah.
about improving athleticism at all. So, if I knew what I knew now, like actually that's good. That's going to be another podcast topic. Is like if you were like 6 years old, what would you do to make sure you're as freaky as possible by like 25?
Yeah, that'd be real interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Because most people just think, oh, yeah, go and just like practice the thing that you want to be elite at when you're 25. But I don't think that's actually the answer.
If you could be reborn again, like what would you do? Like that's going to be a really good podcast. Actually, we're going to make that one of our next ones and just lay it out exactly what we would do if we're like
Yeah.
6 years old again.
Well, little teaser. My answer is not going to be start jump training at 12 or 8. That's not my answer. I don't think it's yours either.
Yeah, no, I know what your answer is going to be.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
answer is going to get on steroids.
yeah, yeah. Just get on trend at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stunt your
Hey,
just stunt your growth real quick.
yeah. That's another thing. Strength training does not stunt your growth, but going on steroids early can.
Yeah, not oh yeah. I hear that a lot, eh? Still like in 2024 I'm hearing that weightlifting stunts your growth. Man. Yeah. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Bro, the only reason people think this, because I think there's like this one thing where if you like chuck on 200% of your max squat and then try and do it and you like break your back, like literally break the bones, or like the growth plate, then it could maybe stop it a little bit. But then even then, like why are you chucking on 200% of your max? Like if you're lifting with good form, within the right rep schemes, the right weight, if anything, it's going to make you grow more because it's going to increase your growth hormone.
There's literally like almost no reason I can think of to like put
Mm.
200% max on.
No, that's what I
The,
mean.
the
Like,
only reason the only reason I can think is if like you're a dad and you have kids trapped under a car. The only way you can get them out is by squatting the car up.
yeah, but the dad's grown, so it
There
doesn't
was
matter.
something
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Or like some 15-year-old's gym crusher walks in, so he chucks on 200%.
Uh, Oh my God, yeah. But even then, you're not gonna look good. You're gonna be embarrassed because you're gonna snap the shit out of your spine.
You're gonna get folded, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll,
All right. Well, if you guys are looking to jump higher, you guys are looking to get coached by us, you can apply for the link down below for our
mm,
coaching.
mm.
But without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the next JumpX podcast.
Peace.